The idea for KSUT began with leaders and members of the Southern Ute Indian tribe who were looking for new ways to share tribal news, announcements, and cultural programming with the community. Before KSUT was conceptualized, tribal members, including Eddie Bach Sr. and Essie Kent, read tribal news on radio station KIUP in Durango in the Ute language. Here is the voice of the late Eddie Bach Sr. in 1961. This recording is one of the earliest broadcasts of the Ute Indian News on KIUP.
Southern Ute Tribal News broadcast on KIUP, Durango, Colorado, July 14th, 1961.
Mike, nikay guiram koy. Mas nukumay na mai kay. Awe udan pupay na ko tiwit turuchan suaw. The
work of Eddie Bach Sr. and Essie Kent inspired Southern Ute tribal leadership to consider starting a station of their own, and in June 1976, KSUT began regular broadcasting with a 10-watt signal. Lillian Seibel started out as a trainee on KIUP.
There were approximately 5 of us young Southern Ute that went into the trainee program. KIUP taught us everything that we needed to know about operating a radio station.
Eventually, Seibel became the manager of KSUT. She remembers some of the first types of programming the station aired.
We had an interview program, and I used to get department heads from the Southern Ute Indian Tribal Organization and interview them, and we'd play it for the tribal membership. One of the most important things I think of having a Native American radio station is that you get information out to your people right away.
The station's mission extended beyond music and entertainment. It was a way to keep tribal members informed and connected. Seibel remembers KSUT's first day broadcasting.
The first day was exciting and also scary, but I think everybody was ready, and so it was like teamwork, and so we all worked together to get it going. And I think all of us had a little apprehension at first, but then after we got into it, it was okay. It was fun.
In 1979, KSUT's broadcast transmitter was relocated and its signal strength was increased, allowing the station to begin serving neighboring communities. Here's longtime KSUT engineer Scott Henning.
When I got there, they had upgraded to the transmitter on Rattlesnake, which was 435 watts up there.
Also in the early 1980s, KSUT introduced an important element into its programming, a tradition that continues today, its signature blend of music. Clint Swink was a friend of KSUT in the 1980s. Here's him reflecting on the late Jack McDonald, the KSUT station manager who introduced the blend into KSUT's daily programming.
Jack could do, he had the voice. He had the top 40 voice. He had the easy listening voice. He could do it all.
KSUT, your community radio. Right now it's 2:30 here at Community Radio, and we've got some blasting winds out there, gusting up to almost 60 miles per hour here at the KSUT studios right now.
Under Jack McDonald's leadership, KSUT developed a sound unlike anything else in the region.
Well, of course, there was a lot of Native American music at the time. I remember that. And, of course, the music blend was pretty revolutionary. Public radio was one genre or another, principally classical music. And I don't know if Jack invented it. I'm sure he didn't invent the music blend, but he certainly was the first in this area. The unique thing about KSUT, I think, was how small it was. But Jack had some visions that continue to grow today.
Here's Eddie Bach Jr. reflecting on KSUT's signature blend.
People have different tastes. So then we start learning about country, and we learned about blues. That was the taste of many different people with different genres. Playing at the station and getting involved with the station opened my eyes further to the different genres that are around the world.
Here's Scott Henning on KSUT's blend.
I had a jazz show called Journeys Through Jazz, which I think was on Sunday nights. The blend had started already, which was a variety of things. It had folk, it had vintage rock, alternative rock, country rock, new age, world, reggae, a little bit of everything in the blend, which they still do today. I think for the time it was unique. I think the idea of playing bluegrass, new rock, new age within an hour was pretty unusual.
In 1984, KSUT became a national public radio affiliate, expanding its original mission to better serve the tribal and non-tribal populations of the region. Here's Jerry Zink, a KSUT board member in the 1980s.
It was really heady times with Eddie Box Jr. I think he was ahead of most of the rest of the world in figuring out what was going to happen.
From National Public Radio.
I grew up in a conservative ranching community where Republicans pretty much held sway. In the 50 years, that has changed quite a bit. There is a lot more balanced or nuanced or various news and signals and entertainment politically and culturally. I think the station has really nurtured a very widespread politically purple kind of community. I would put a lot of the change in Southwest Colorado, I would attribute that to KSUT growing and bringing signals from all over the country into people's daily lives.
For many longtime residents, that broader perspective helped shape the region itself. Here's Scott Henning.
We had people who really enjoyed the station, and we knew that because the membership was growing. People were calling us and enjoying what they were hearing. We were adding NPR programming and news. We got All Things Considered, Morning Edition.
In the 1980s, KSUT started to reach listeners across southwest Colorado and northwest New Mexico. For Lillian Seibel, it was remarkable to see how far the station had come from its 10-watt beginnings.
I think they have some very, very interesting programs on KSUT now. And it's just not for Native people, it's for people of all nationalities, and I think that's really wonderful. I really admire the staff, the management of KSUT who brought it this far. I see a lot of amazing things that have occurred that, was beyond me. I don't think that I could have reached those goals.
In the next episode of KSUT's 50th anniversary series, we'll be exploring the station's growth as a nonprofit, the signal's expansion around the Four Corners region, and the split into Four Corners Public Radio and Tribal Radio. For KSUT News, I'm Clark Adomaitis.